Hello, this is part 1 of 2 on how I created my text-based game for my CA1. In this part, I will be looking at my plan and my code, and also be explaining my code more. In the second part, I will be testing out my game and doing 3 tests. First off, my plan. I decided to do a text-based dungeon crawler game because I thought it was the best choice for showing off some of the elements that is in C++. I hope that the game will hopefully teach the user to take risk and responsibility for their action while they're trying to keep their character alive. I created a rough sketch of what my map was going to look like, and then I created an improved version of it, adding in the puzzle by and taking away the treasure room. In the sample code I think was going to be in the game, I decided to do a room slash option code, so it will enter the room with an integer value, and it will go down to whatever. If a is equal to 1, it will output this here, and if x was equal to 1, it will start the whole room thing again, but with a different number, and if it's 2, it will go down here next time, but anything else, it will go to the death method. The option will equal to the whatever the number is here, so if option was 1, it will output the option 1. Identifying the element of the game loop. From the sketches and the thing, I decided that I would do 7 methods and a main method. So the 7 methods include the intro method, the room method, the outro method, the death method, the option method, and the question and puzzle method. This is my improved map with my function in it. I thought that I would have the intro out, coming in first, then it would enter the room function, and while in the room function, if any time they would die, the function death would play, and then it would restart at the beginning again. In the question room, it will go to a question and ask the question and return a boolean value if they got it right or not. The puzzle room is pretty much the same, and then in the end, it will go back into the main method and output the outro method. On improving it for CA2 and the final CA, I will create some classes and move some of the methods over there, so it will make it easier to read the whole game. Probably create a better startup menu, add help bar, inventory, more room, lock doors, and make a random room generator to keep the user on edge. On the code side, at the top, I decided to describe what I'm going to do in this game code. So it'd be a dungeon type game that would have to use the input value in order to save the princess. In the main method, I started off with a startup menu, so this here, and instead of asking the user to import a string, I thought it would be better to import the number, so they don't have to have a mistake here like capital S or a space. And I have my CIN inserting as in the while thing, so while is not equal to CIN, the way the thing is a letter, it will output this here and clear and all that, and while it's in the not in the is lower or is higher than 2, it will output this here. So CIN clear would clear the whatever's in the X value, and then CIN ignore will ignore the next 100 characters until you get to a new line. And then I have to use the input a string for the name and for the rate. It will then go to the outro, the intro. So open it up here, and it will input the enter name and rate and output it with the rest of the text. It will then pause to allow the user to read it, and then return back to the main method. And in the main method, it will go to room 1, which is the integer value in the room. So it will go down to here, and the input is the number which represents the room you're currently in, and once done it will leave the room or return back to the main method. So it will go, since it's 1, it will go there. That's my validating the thing. It will go down to option room, and whatever the number is up here, it will go to here and move down to here, and it will look for whatever the number is here and output the method. It will then return back up here, and again I have the validation thing. So y is not equal to x, or is not equal to 1, then have this here. Once they enter the right number, they will restart the function thing again, but with a different number. So it will return back up here and move down to 2. Well, first off, we'll get the option for 2, and then go down to here. And y is a letter, or what? Yeah, y is not an integer value. Y is lower or higher than lower than 1 and higher than 3. It will output this. If it's equal to that, it will output text, and then it will go to the def method, which is my game over condition. So it will move up to here, and whatever you had in the parameter there will be output here as cause of that. It will then pause the game, and then it will go to main and restart the whole game again. So if I go down to room 5 now, this is going to use the Boolean method of question, and in room 6 going to be using the Boolean method of puzzle. In the question function, it will ask and return a Boolean value. If it comes back true, it will output, and you will move to the next room. If it output false, it would again do the output and then go to the test thing. So if I go down to the question, yeah, and in here I have it as you answer it in a string answer. So it basically will answer 3 questions, ask the user for 3 questions to advance onward to the third room. First one, what is your name? I don't know how to do that, how to get the value from the main method down to here, so I'll learn that for the next DA2. And then what is your weapon? If it's not equal to whatever was in the in the intro, it will return false and return back to the room method. I also added a random number, get a random question for question 3. However, it only works once the user dies, which is kind of odd. And if you get all that right, it will check will equal true, and it will return the true output, Boolean. So we'll come back here, go to here, and go to room 6. In room 6, it will pretty much do the same as the room above it, but you have a choice of going back to the question room, but with a different text and all that. In the puzzle thing, it will go down to here, and I decided to go back to the answer instead of the text answer, because I wouldn't see the user liking to type switch space a space with all space. The puzzle, it makes a puzzle for the user and involving adding numbers together by moving the numbers corresponding to that number. If done right, it will return a value of false, else return a value of true. So it will go to here, and again I added the validation so that the user don't get mess this up. And if they say, oh, I'm returning, I'll enter 1, it will go to here, and it will give another option of this and this. If you enter 2, it will go down to here, and I have it so it will pause, so you get to look to see if you got it right, and then you know that you got it wrong, and it will turn true, and then it will go return back to the room, and you get the death method. Else it will return false, and you get to move on to the next room. So and the final room is room 8. It's either pick 1 or 2. If you pick 1, you will die. If you pick 2, it will tell you that you killed the creature, and it will pause, and once you press enter, you will return back to the main method. So up here, and then you will go to the outro, which is this here, and it will then go back to here and pause it, so it gives you time to read the outro, and then once you click a button, it will shut down. If you click in the main thing, if you click number 2, it will automatically shut down. So that's my code for my game, and in part 2 I will be talking about I'll be showing you a test run of my game.